So there were 2 movies called Dashcam this year, and they both sucked at the end. So those were Dashcams. Now you probably want more than that. Okay, this is probably gonna be a quick video because I don't know how long I can talk about either of these movies. So I was looking for the movie Dashcam, which was from the director of Host last year, which was like a Zoom-based horror movie. It was alright, but I wanted to see what he would do next, and I heard his next thing was like a found footage dash cam thing, and I was like, that's an interesting idea, let me see it. So I looked it up and I found a movie called Dashcam, and I was like, oh wow, let me watch it. So I did, and at first I was like, this is a cool framing device, the way it's like about some guy editing. He's a news footage editor. And then it just kept going, and I had seen a couple reviews, and like nothing they had mentioned was coming up at all. Like they mentioned some aspects, like they mentioned that the main character was really annoying, and the main character in this film is just like there, he's kind of bland. So I was like, I don't really get why everyone's saying he's annoying. And then I finished the movie, and then I went to rate it, you know, on Letterboxd and IMDb and all that jazz, and I figured out I got the wrong Dashcam. There's just another movie called Dashcam, and what was even more confusing was what I found this movie on. It had the poster for the correct Dashcam, the one I was looking to watch, and it just never came up. So I was like, what was the deal with that poster? So I ended up watching a whole movie thinking it was a different movie. It was I want to say it was fine, but it really wasn't. It was very boring, but I don't think it was trying to be like deliberately slow paced or anything like that. I think it was just trying to be like a keep you guessing thrill-a-minute movie, and it wasn't that. I like the beginning of the movie. It takes its time. I like that part, but then when we actually get into the mystery, it's just like, okay, it feels like okay, we're doing this. It's a movie. It feels like we're just doing, there's a mystery because there needs to be a mystery because it's a movie, and not because like, it doesn't feel natural. It feels very manufactured. It's tough to describe, but it just didn't grab me, really. The mystery wasn't interesting. The character was fine enough, but not enough to like carry the movie. Yeah, it's a dud. I would not recommend it. You get nothing out of it. It's a movie people have only seen or heard of because it's named Dashcam, and there's another Dashcam out there. So after that whole kerfuffle, I saw the actual Dashcam, the one I wanted to see, and it was even worse. It's really hard to talk about these movies because they have literally the same title. The other Dashcam, the first one I saw, the wrong one. It's not really the wrong one. The wrong Dashcam. Its biggest crime is being boring and being very kind of forgettable and predictable and just nothing. Whereas this Dashcam is actively terrible. It is god awful. And I'm going to reiterate this because every review has to mention it. The main character is insufferable. Apparently she's she's basically playing herself from what I've heard. Great idea. There's multiple points where she like raps and makes a beat, and it's god awful.
Is it safe to be so lonely? Everybody's trying to kill themselves. This place is like a living hell. For something with a 99.6 recovery rate, gotta get some right up in his boot, right?
I'm with you, buddy. The end credits are her rapping the names of all the production people. So that's bad, but hey, you can have an unlikable character. Not every character has to be someone you agree with or like. Too bad the rest of the movie also fucking sucks. It's just like things happening. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the Blair Witch remake, where just shit keeps happening, and it's like, oh man, isn't this crazy?
Shit! She found us! She's here! What? Stay away from her! Angela! Look at here!
And it's like, sure, but there's nothing grabbing me. There's nothing really creative about the stuff that happens in this movie. It's the most predictable scares possible.
Retard.
And they just keep happening. Like, I get the movie's trying to be like, whoa, isn't this crazy? And it's supposed to be just total chaos, right? But the problem is that, like I said, there's no creativity to it. There's no fun to it. It's just annoying, which is partially because of the main character, but also I just think this, like, the main villain's a creepy old lady, which is just so overdone at this point. There's one shot I liked where the lady is like running really fast. I don't even know if I like behind a car, and I don't even know if I like that shot or if I was just laughing at that shot because of how silly it was. Also, I want to point out this is not a dash cam. This movie should not be called Dashcam. It's a live stream. She's live streaming. She's a live streamer, the main character. There's one point where they put the camera up to the front of the car, but that's it. That's like, it's not a dash cam movie. At no point do they explain what is happening, which I've said before, I like in theory. Because if you explain too much about a horror thing, it ceases to be scary. So I like that it's mostly left ambiguous what exactly is happening here. But the problem is that there's nothing else. Like, at least an explanation would have been something. Like, some lore would have been something. There's nothing to this movie. It's just a bunch of scares strung together with the loosest plot, the loosest characters. I feel like talking about it is, I'm putting more work into this review than I think the filmmakers put in, which is a feeling you never want to get. Like, the whole reason I made this video was to shit on Dashcam because it is a nothing movie. Like, the clips I'm showing you in this review are basically exactly what you get out of the movie. Like, I can show you one of the scary scenes.
Oh, come on.
And that's the movie. That's the whole movie. You've seen it. Like, every time something scary happens, she just like is like, fuck shit. She doesn't act like these scary things are happening. She's acting like she's being told to act for a horror movie and not doing a great job at it. It is a terrible waste of a movie. When I went into this, I was like, well, it has to be better than the other Dashcam, and somehow it was worse. At least the other movie had a reason to be called Dashcam. Yeah, it's the worst movie I've seen this year. Hopefully will not be beaten. God, I hope there's not a worse movie this year. I know there's movies like 365 Days or stuff like that that people say is the worst. I don't go into a movie being like, oh, this is a bad movie, and I know it's going to be bad, but I'm going to watch it anyway. Usually I'm like, something has to be there in the premise, the director, something that makes me want to watch it. My point is, I didn't go into this wanting to hate it. Unless unless it's a so bad it's good movie, which I feel like is a different breed altogether. I don't go into a movie being like, oh, I want to dislike this. Or go into a movie knowing it's bad and knowing it's going to be bad. Like, I'm not watching 365 Days, for example, which is being claimed as the worst movie of the year. Don't want to watch it because people are saying it's the worst movie of the year, and not in a so bad it's funny way, as far as I've seen. So I'm not going to watch it, and I'm not going to review it on here. Even though it probably would make for a good review. So when I see a movie like this, that really actually, like, makes me just sad, that's when I'm like, okay, let's delve into this shit. Let's dissect this shit. I didn't even really dissect this movie. I just ranted about it. So those were both dash cams. Yeah, don't see either dash cam. Not even as a joke. Do not see it. Either of them. Although if you're going to see one, see the one about a news editor. See that one. Maybe you'll get something out of it. Probably not, but maybe. So, those were dash cams. I hope you enjoyed. Next month, I'll probably try and do a good movie. I haven't really talked about anything I properly enjoy in a while. So I'm probably going to do that. Thanks for watching. See you later, fucker.